what up, gang? Today we diving into the heavy situation surrounding Lil Durk. This story has been building up for a minute, so let's break down all the details you need to know. So here's where we at. Lil Durk just pled not guilty to the murder for hire charges in Los Angeles federal court after being extradited from Miami. He showed up in the court on Thursday, November 14th, 3 weeks after being picked up in Florida while allegedly trying to flee the country. Durk was being held without bond. He's already been locked up for 20 days at the Miami Federal Detention Center before he was sent to California. But facing the judge, Durk pled not guilty to the charges. He got his date set. His next few court appearances are also locked in. A status conference on November 25th and a detention hearing on December 12th, which he will decide if he's granted bond. The big day though, his trial is set for January 7th, 2025, with Judge Michael W. Fitzgerald presiding over the case. Now let's break down what's at stake here. Lil Durk is facing some serious charges: conspiracy to commit murder for hire, resulting in death, using an interstate facilities in a murder for hire plot, and possession of firearms, including a machine gun, to further a violent crime. And it's not just Durk in this. He's facing these charges alongside 5 others: Kevon London Grant, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Asa Houston. According to the prosecutors, this whole thing traces back to the tragic death of King Von in 2020, who was killed by Quando Rondo's friend Timothy Lil Tim Leaks. Allegedly, Durk wanted revenge and put out a hit on Quando, allegedly in 2022, setting off this whole murder for hire plot. Prosecutors say Durk used money and resources from his Only the Family OTF label to finance it. The Justice Department even laid out specific details. 4 of the conspirators reportedly flew to LA in August 2022 on a credit card tied to OTF, while Durk and another suspect, Grant, flew out on a private jet. On August 19th, Quando and his team were ambushed at a gas station, and while Quando survived, his cousin Lil Pop tragically killed. Prosecutors allege that the shooting was intended to send a message and payback for King Von's death. They're saying Durk tried to keep things discreet, allegedly telling his OTF associates to book flights without using his names linked to him. But according to investigators, Grant went on to purchase ski masks for the hitman and even booked hotel rooms on a credit card connected to Durk. I know a lot of people are wondering if he's really facing life or if there's something more than we're just seeing on the surface. There's no doubt the charges are serious. Murder for hire, firearms, conspiracy. This is as high stakes as it gets. But here's why I think that they won't be able to fully pin this on him, and why Durk actually might avoid life in prison. First off, you have to ask yourself, why is Durk even pleading non-guilty if the feds are saying that they've got him linked up to finances, flights, and associates? Clearly, Durk knows something we don't, and there's got to be a piece missing here that doesn't tie him directly to the crime. You don't go into a case like that without knowing exactly what's stacked up against you. And if he's standing firm on non-guilty, that means to me that there's a gap in the feds' case or a lack of solid evidence that points directly to him. Now think about it. Prosecutors are painting this picture that Durk's at the center of the whole hit, using his resources to back it up, but we haven't seen the full black and white yet. And in a case like this, where everything is based on financial ties, travel records, and connections, the burden of proof is huge. They have to show that he was directly involved, not just linked by association. And how many times have we seen people caught up simply because they're connected to the wrong people or in the wrong place? If the feds are leaning heavily on the circumstantial evidence, like who paid for what, who flew where, that doesn't always hold up. For them to lock Durk up for life, they need more than traces of money and flight. They need hard proof that he was actively calling the shots, not just the caught up by association. And the fact that he's still pleading non-guilty even after all this time, that just says to me that his team knows something that's going to help him out in court. I get it, the charges look bad on paper, no doubt, but Durk might be banking in on some solid defense or a lack of undeniable evidence. We're gonna have to wait and see how this plays out in court. Until then, all we can do is keep watching. And for more rap and hip hop news, make sure you tune in. It's that guy KPZ. I shoot films, not people.